The New England Patriots just showed everyone they know exactly what they're doing. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. You already know this channel pumping out New England Patriots content on the daily. So do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. Now, before we get started, I want to this moment right here, this part of the video, I want to dedicate to my boy Ray Wills. He's an OG on this channel, comments all the time. I truly appreciate him and everything he does for this channel and just all of his opinions. Even though I'm a Michigan State fan, he's a Michigan fan. You know, we have a good time. This one's for you. You know, I've realized I always say this if you watch this channel, I'm an optimistic person. I'm a glass half full type of person. And there's been one person in particular on the New England Patriots that I've just been dogging on. And I've been just saying, look at his past, look at his past, look at his past. That person, Joe Milton. Yesterday, he balled out. He had a great time. Regardless, people were saying, I don't care if it's first string, second string, third string, whatever. He played great, and you have to admit that. Yes, 100%. Second, did he outplay the other quarterbacks? Yes, 100%. And so from this moment forward, though do I think Joe Milton will be a starter anytime soon? No. Does he have potential to continue to grow? Yes. I almost opened the book. Am I turning the page on his past and into a new chapter of his playing career? Yes. I'm going to be optimistic about Joe Milton. Bazooka Joe, as Ray Wheels calls him. Yes. Optimistic. If I'm dogging on him, I need you to tell me in the comments below, because again, we're pushing out the good vibes. Good vibes. Come on now for the Patriots. Anyways, this video about Joe Milton? No. But I thought I'd have to say, I should say that. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to say it. So anyways, the New England Patriots have shown us in the past decade, probably, yes, past 2 decades, that they have been one of the best organizations to draft players and develop players, is not only drafting and developing, but also picking up undrafted free agents and developing them into great NFL players. So the New England Patriots continue to do that. Though it is early for these 2 players, they have shown some sparks, and they have shown that, hey, they probably have a spot, if not already have a solidified spot in some people's opinions, some people's minds, on the 53-man rosters. So the first person that we're going to be talking about is my boy, Terrell Jennings. I talked about in the video yesterday, his mom, Mama Jennings, what's up? She watches this channel, and so, hey, I'm going to talk about your boy because he balled out yesterday. He balled out during that preseason game, so we're going to talk about it. So Terrell Jennings, if you didn't know, Florida A&M Radler, HBCU. Last year in the SWAC, they came in first. They only had one loss. That was to South Florida, which is an FBS school, which means it's a lot bigger than them and at a different level. They really kept that game close. I believe they only lost by 2 touchdowns. Maybe it was just 1 score. I can't remember, but it was a close game. Now, Terrell Jennings, at his time at Florida A&M, his senior year right here, 120 carries, 674 yards. And then right here, this is huge, 5.6 yards a carry. Regardless who you are playing, averaging, literally, you run it twice, and my goodness, it's going to be a first down. Obviously, I know that's not how it works, but great stats coming out of college, especially with 120 carries. You can see that he split the time. Obviously, he got a bulk of the carries for the Radlers, but a lot of other people, Dean and Yant, got a lot of carries too. So it's not like he was getting a ton, like a bulk. You look at a lot of star, big-time running backs, they get a bulk. I'm not saying Jennings isn't, but I'm just saying, they had talent on that team, and he was the top tier of that, and they moved that ball around a lot. But anyways, Terrell Jennings, 6'1", about 220, beast, can turn it on, is not afraid of contact. And we look at his game yesterday again, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but 6 carries, 38 yards, 6.3. And now, again, I'm staying optimistic. Regardless who he was playing against, averaging 6.3 yards is solid for any player. So I think, again, we've talked about in the past Kevin Harris, and I talked about him yesterday. I thought he solidified his role as the third string running back, quarterback. He probably can't even throw the ball. But I am questioning that now, and I think though he scored a touchdown yesterday, I think Terrell Jennings is really, really taking a step past Kevin Harris, and I believe in the next week or two to come in preseason can solidify that role. A lot of projections that I've seen have had Terrell Jennings now in the 53-man roster as opposed to Kevin Harris. Now, again, Ramondre and Antonio Gibson, 1 and 2. Hands down. We know that. It's really that battle for number 3. And you're thinking, Aaron, why are we talking about the third string running back? Because it's the NFL. People can get hurt. People can step up into roles. You never know. But I think Terrell Jennings, he shows a ton of toughness. He shows that he's a team first type player. You look at Florida A&M, and being able to share carries with multiple other players that have a lot to bring to the team. As well, he can catch it out of the backfield. And really when he hits that second and third level, again, still not afraid of contact, but really can turn on the jets and take off. He had that about 20-yard run, I believe it was, against the Panthers. So he shows that speed. He's versatile. So I think he is someone that the Patriots, not drafting him. We need to remember this NFL draft in 2024 in the Dirty D was very offensively heavy. A lot of players taken on the offensive side of the ball. And you look at especially running backs, a lot of times running backs, people, yes, will spend first-round picks, and they can turn out great. Absolutely. I'm not saying they can't, but they can also find diamonds in the rough like 6th, 7th, or undrafted free agents. You never know. And so I think Terrell Jennings, he is stepping into that realm where, hey, I can contribute something to this team. I deserve a spot on this roster. And I think, once again, this shows the Patriots, they find a player like Terrell Jennings, and if you've seen his contract, he has a very nice contract. So they see something in him. I think that he has a good chance of making this roster. The second player that I want to talk about, also too, I didn't pull this up, but if you want to go look at some awesome jerseys, go look at the Florida A&M Rattlers. I may have said that yesterday, but I remember watching the Celebration Bowl. I can't remember exactly who they were playing. They won that game, and I was like, that's a sweet color combo. Orange and green, pretty sweet. Anyways, next, Marcellas Dial. If you don't know who Marcellas Dial is, he was the only defensive player drafted by the Patriots in this past NFL draft. He's a cornerback from South Carolina. Go Gamecocks. Not a Gamecocks fan, just throw that out there. Anyways, height, I think this is huge, and I've talked about this before. I'm a big fan of the secondary having that height, because a lot of times you're going up against receivers that have a height advantage or as just as tall as you. Definitely when it's the X receiver. Ideally, a lot of teams like looking at players who are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and above, and so I like height on cornerbacks. So Marcellas Dial played that perimeter corner, so what Christian Gonzalez plays. A lot of times you are going up against the best wide receiver, but one of the great things with Marcellas is he's a very versatile cornerback. There we go. He's a very versatile cornerback, so he can play perimeter, he can play in the slot, so like that nickel right there, and so that is huge. Again, showing that, hey, I can play multiple positions in the secondary and I can be versatile is very good for any coach. They see that and they say, hey, that's valuable to our team, and especially the depth of our team. You look at the cornerbacks right now, especially like him, perimeter. Christian Gonzalez, you're not taking that role. Jay Jones, not taking that. Marcus Jones, no. But again, we go back to the whole idea of depth and helping this player develop. That's going to be huge. So Marcellas Dial as well. I thought this was awesome. I looked this up shortly after he was drafted, but some of his great strengths would be the fact that he can play man-to-man great, which is awesome, especially when you look at the NFL. You throw in a blitz package and you put a cornerback on an island, that you got to be able to know that they can play man-to-man. That's awesome. Speed 4.46, solid. So I think that he has, again, a ton of potential. Great ball skills. I love this. He talks about how he's a sticky corner in coverage. Here we go. Sorry. I'm able to run, compete, and play with any receiver, any body type, and I'm very good at attacking whenever the ball is in the air. I can make plays on the ball. I know there's bits and parts to my game to get better. Of course, that's anyone, but that's where I'm going to come and work and get better. So what's interesting too, we talk about again how he was the only defensive player by the Patriots that was drafted. Gerard Mayo, Elliott Wolf, in the front office has also said he was one of a handful of defensive players that they were looking at. Again, when you look at the NFL and you look at these coaches, sometimes they look at players and they say, man, they have a lot more value than Mel Kiper or whoever on these draft boards, all these experts are giving them. They see something in them that they can sharpen and make better and help their team. Then why wouldn't you draft them? You look at someone like when the Detroit Lions went and got Sam Laporta, and there's all these other higher rated tight ends on the board. But again, the Lions saw something in him that they said, hey, this is going to be a benefit to us, and then look at how he did. Am I saying that's how Dial's going to do this year? No. But I think you look at a player like him and you see how it adds to the depth. And at one point I thought, hey, he very well could just go right to the practice squad, as well as Jennings. But I think both of them, based on their gameplay in this first game, first preseason game against the Panthers, are trending up. I would say, hey, bye. And that's good for both of them as well. Man, what was the other thing I was going to say? Shoot. Man, holy cow. This is the second time I recorded this because I did the whole Joe Milton thing. I'm just being honest with you. Anyways, this is Sports Talk Patriots. My name's Aaron. I appreciate you guys. Keep watching. Peace.